I didn't even realize that there was this eclipse season type of transition going on, but that explains why I was bawling my eyes out on the 30th. I was bawling my absolute eyes out, and it had masked itself as something else. It had masked itself as if I was upset at something else. And so I just kind of like sat with it. I came outside. It was nighttime, and I sat outside, and I was just bawling my eyes up. I hadn't cried like this in quite some time. I cry like this all the time, but like with this, I had felt things like I really felt defeated. And I was saying that I was like, I feel really defeated. I was like, normally I don't feel this way, but I feel really defeated. I feel overlooked, and I'm at a loss. I'm really genuinely at a loss. I never did this. I never said that. I've never partaken in this. I've been good. I've been genuine. I've been loyal. I've been doing everything that you asked. But I'm like, why are you overlooking me? Why are you overlooking me? Why are you overlooking me? Why are you blessing others and not me? And I never was like, I was just like, I didn't feel good. I felt very pushed to the back, or very like I said, overlooked and unnoticed, and underappreciated. I'm like, I'm really doing everything that you say, and I don't mind following you. I don't mind following your lead and your guidance. I don't mind you leading my life, but dang, this feels kind of low. This feels like, I was like, I never wanted to be one to complain about where it is I'm headed and what it is, you have me undergo, or, the lessons that you have me learn. But I'm like, this feels really low. And this is the lowest that I've ever felt in regards to the relationship between me and what it is that I believe in. And I sat there and I just bawled my eyes out, and I just got up. I picked myself up by the straps, I don't know. And I went and I lied down. I took all of the technology out of my room. I put my phone up, put my laptop up, put my headphones up. I just put everything in a closet. And I've done this before. I don't mind, like, all technology is out of my room, because I don't want anything impeding on my sleep and on my rest. And I hadn't been getting any rest for like the last 3 nights prior to this sit down. I haven't been getting not a lick of sleep. And so that night, with the tears, oh my goodness, with the tears and the crying, I slept like a baby. And that it's usually like that. Like, when I emotionally release, I take like some of the best naps and get some of the best sleeps in the world. It'd be so magical. And I woke up, and my team had me fast. Now, I'm gonna say this because, well, hell, only probably like 3 people will hear this anyway, but in the moment that I'm doing it. But my team, I woke up and they had me fast, and it felt like a punishment. I was like, wow, great, now you're having me. It felt like whatever they were doing and whatever I felt called to do, the impulses that I had and I felt called to do, it was like, wow, it feels like a punishment because of the talk that we had that night. I was still upset. I was still kind of upset with God. Like, God, you're not answering my prayers. You're not hearing me. Nothing has changed, but I've still been loyal. Nothing has changed, and the movements and the progress has been slow, and I'm still believing in you. I'm still following you. I still honor you. I still love you. It's like I'm still loyal to you, and I don't want to step outside. I don't want to be disobedient. I don't want to step outside your guidance and your wing and your tutelage. I want to be with you. I want to be loyal. I want to be obedient. And it's like, I still want to be, I'm God's baby girl. But I'm like, I still want to be your favorite girl in the world. So I'm like, but I was pissed. I was upset. And so when I woke up, I just felt called, like, fast. And I hadn't fasted in a while, but this time it really felt like fast. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, I'm going to get back to it. I had been getting hints and signs to do it, but I'm like, nah, I don't feel like it. But when I woke up, it really felt like, you know what? I'm a fast. So I'm getting back into my rhythm of fasting. Yesterday, I successfully did, I think, 17 hours of fasting, and of course, I start myself off slow. I have this rhythm that I get into when I start fasting. I don't go cold turkey. That's the quickest way to give myself a headache or make myself. That's the quickest way to fail at it. Like, so I go slow, and I start off with this routine from 7 to 11, 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. That's the quickest way to jumpstart your body and get your body onto the curve. Do that for like anywhere from 3 days to 7 days, and then you can go cold turkey, no food, no water. That's the best. Or if you want to do water, that's fine too. So I jump started quick, 17 hours. And as I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, like now it kind of felt like a punishment though. I'm like, now I have to fast. And as I'm looking at it, and I wrote it down on the board, and as I'm looking at the numbers, I'm like, wow. And I looked at it, I was like, wow, take this for me and I give this to you. But I thought about our relationship, and I thought about how, what it is that I believe in will never take without giving me something, irregardless of the fact that I want it to be something tangible, even if I want it to be money or a new house, a new lover, or, a car, whatever it is that I be wanting, versus what I actually get when I finally appreciate it for what it is. And in hindsight, I'm like, wow, you do have my best interest at heart. It be so slow and it be so gradual, but it be exactly what I need. And I just be not compromising, but I try to be more understanding of what it is I believe in is trying to gift me and give me. And just being open to receiving that and seeing how it can benefit my life. But I pulled some like motivational cards for myself that morning when I was just felt called to fast, and it was like, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you, and I accept the flow of my life, or I accept the natural flow of my life. And I'm like, okay, you're not necessarily being hard on me, but you're trying to change me. You're trying to really change me and build me and mold me and shape me. So I'm going to continue being a cooperative component, even if in the moment I do not feel like this is in my best interest, or I feel like I'm being punished, or I feel like I'm overlooked. I can genuinely say that I'm going to take my time and take some time to understand what it is that you are doing. And when I looked at the numbers, and I looked at, what I'd be doing for myself and for what it is that I believe in, I'd be devoting myself to I'd be devoting myself to God. I'm just going to say God. I'd be devoting myself to God through fast. I know this for a fact because I've done it. I've really truly fasted before. And I've done it all the ways. I've done it with just fruit juice. I've done it with just water. I've done it with no food, no water. To the best of my abilities. And honestly, each and every time I fasted, I really not see the world through God's eyes, but I really see the sacrifice, and I really see the light almost. Like, life is different when you're fasting. You see things different, you appreciate them different when you're fasting, and it's truly a sacrifice, but it's one that is so worth it. It's like one of the most honorable sacrifices that one can make for themselves. And just in my opinion, and it feels good. It feels good when I fast. But, getting over when I finally am able to get over the curves of like hunger, because I've learned this as well. Like, hunger passes. If you allow yourself to just, like, once you get into the groove of it, you'll realize like hunger passes. You'll sit right there and be hungry for a minute, but once you kind of like you get to this point where you can override your fleshly desires, and you realize like hunger will pass. It's kind of like a little boat coming to pick up some food or get some food, but then the boat be like, what you doing? You eating? You not? You got something for me? But then you can be like, your body, you can literally like train your body to be like, nah, I'm not eating. Go find something else. Go find some stored sugar or something, and your hunger will pass. So it's kind of like training your body to like get with God and devote to God, or devote to a higher power, or whatever it is that you believe in. And it truly be an experience. And it's something that you keep practicing and keep working at like a muscle to see optimal results. It's never a one quick fix. You keep at it, and you keep trying, you keep practicing, and you keep devoting. And every time you do it, it's almost like you get better. You learn something, and you learn what you can do next time to kind of like prolong the experience and do it more efficiently and more effectively. But it felt like punishment, being asked, but it almost felt impulsive. Like when I woke up, it was like fast, and I'm like, seriously? I bawled my eyes out, and I'm feeling how I'm feeling, and you asked me to fast? It's like, wow, you're really burning the midnight oil. Like, you're really putting me to work. Like, it was like, okay. But when I looked at it, and I was like, okay, I'm giving 16 to you, and I'm taking 8 for myself. I have no problem with giving you 16. Then I was like, I'd love to give you 17, then 24, then 48, then 72, and however long I can go, I'd love to do that for you. I just kind of like tapped into the fact that the relationship between me and what it is that I believe in is so unselfish. And I'm like, I'd love to give you, I don't mind taking 8 for me and giving 16 to you, because you know what to do with it. I trust you. You can do what's in my best interest. You can feed my soul. You can heal my body. You can heal my spirit. And I want nothing more than what's in my best interest, what's for my highest good. And I trust you with that. And so later that day, I came across this girl that I tune into, her channel, and it put shit in perspective for me. And I was like, oh, this isn't a punishment. This is like, what's the antonym of punishment? This is an opportunity. It's basically like an opportunity to purify and to sacrifice for my highest good, to do the next best thing for myself on my journey, to show my dedication and devotion, to get back in devotion, And so I was like, okay, it's not feeling like a punishment. And she reminded me, like, basically how I had masked, the reason why I had that emotional release. It was masked and triggered by something else. But I was like, that wasn't it at all. It was the fact that I had done something to my life. I had set a cyclical pattern in motion in my life. And now here I am 2 years later, and I am suffering from the consequences of that decision. And it was something that I didn't want. I was actually upset at myself because I had dishonored myself. I didn't believe in myself. I was scared to live. I was scared to trust in me and believe in me. And 2 years later, here I am suffering from the consequences of those decisions. And here I am unhappy. Here I am in this moment and dissatisfied, all because I did not believe in me, all because I did not honor me, all because I did not